These may be kids' books, but we discuss dark themes and mature content. There may also be some explicit language. Listener discretion is advised.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. It has begun now.
This is Anidorks.
You are listening to Anidorks. Do not be alarmed. Do not be scared. We are out of book today. This is a minisode in
Our
between.
third minisode.
Our third minisode. Thank you. Thank you. I was about to say our one and only, which would be factually inaccurate. Eddie's walking away for some reason.
A cat meowing.
Okay, cool.
Which is a common occurrence on this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And that could be an Andalite Bandalite.
Andalite.
Andalite Bandalite sneaking up on you right now. So yeah, well, okay. Thank you for listening.
So we are asking for listeners, if you want to support us in any way, one way you can do that is to leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to podcasts, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
That's true.
Reviews help us out. 5-star reviews are the biggest way you can help us, and we love reading them. So finally, we've been telling you we were going to read these on the air, and now we're going to do it. This is it.
And
we are
not
going to
surprising
read to
Miranda on a
you.
phone call this time.
Yeah. I know we're recording this time.
In my defense, I said that I was recording and you apparently just didn't hear it. And when
You
I
said
said
you
it
were
again,
working on the minisode. You did not say, I'm recording you.
there was ambiguity to what I said, but there wasn't much. Like what I said was factually correct.
I think you do actually say, I'm recording in the phone call.
Possible.
But no, I did say that I'm recording, but you could have thought that I was meaning I'm working on the recording.
Yeah.
Or I'm recording
Yes.
right now. Yes.
Yeah, I think checking for understanding with that is probably a good rule for us when we have guests on in the future.
Oh, absolutely. And we should make sure that they understand because we can't use any of this. We can't use any of this in court if they don't know they're being recorded. So
every time we sit down to record, Chris also records the Zoom call. And with that, there is a strange robotic voice that comes on and asks us for permission, right?
It's the most startling. Yeah.
It's like
recording
in progress. Yeah. And then a pop-up is like, are you okay with this? Tell me now if you're okay with this.
Yeah.
If you're not, I'll fight them. But if you are, just click okay.
And that's what Miranda needed during that phone call.
I just want to poke a little bit of fun and say like, wow, this Zoom humor is so cutting edge considering we've all spent the past 3 years inside. Let's read these reviews.
Okay. So our most recent one that we haven't shared is from Hell Yeah Brothers 69420.
Great username.
Snap.
Nice.
Who said, lovely podcast. Much like the kids, my perspective is transforming.
Wow. I didn't, that's incredible. I didn't realize that they had met an Andalite that allowed to change their perspective.
Sometimes you touch a cube and you just don't know what's going to happen.
Every time I touch a cube, I have no idea what's going to happen. I got another one here. It's a 5-star review, which is the point. And it is from a secret admirer, and the title is At Least 3 or 4 Times Bigger Than a Minivan-Sized Podcast. Fun and thoughtful excursion into Applegate and Grant's bizarro and affecting cultural phenomenon. It's weird, the feeling I have at this moment listening to this podcast. A chill or something. Which, well written.
Yeah.
Nice comma usage. And
we think this is a positive chill that we're causing in people.
Yeah.
We're hoping it's like, like when somebody's like petting your head or something like that.
Oh, yeah, like an ASMR.
When Tobias is petting Jake as Homer. Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. And the review I am tasked with is from The Okayest Boy. It is titled, I Am Become Dude, Destroyer of Yerks. Fantabulous stuff. Glad to have a podcast revisiting my childhood book series in such an engaging and hilarious way. I have to be careful when I listen to future episodes in the office, since I've had a few laugh attacks in the middle of the workday. We are glad to be a problem. It's what
Yeah,
we
this is
aspire
our
to.
promise that we will cause chills and laugh attacks.
And listen at your own risk, because we want you to laugh loud at work so that other coworkers go, hey, what you listening to?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can even fake the laughter and just to get them to ask.
We actually,
I always do.
Yeah, no laugh I've ever done has been real.
My life has gotten so sad since we started this podcast because I'll just go on walks like with my Apple earbuds in, but plugged into nothing. And then I'll have my phone with the picture of the logo up. So when I'm laughing, but it's obvious I'm not listening to anything because the headphones are just dangling out of my ears. And people go, are you all right? And I'll just hold up the phone and say, I'm listening to the Anidorks. I'm pretty sure that's how we've gotten most of our followers so far.
I've been listening to a lot of podcasts as I walk dogs recently, and
Do you ever wonder if those dogs are actually children and more?
yeah, I just assume that they are. But I've encountered a new kind of disturbing problem, which is so I'm listening with headphones. Why is I having trouble?
Oh my
with this?
god! Oh my
you
god!
okay?
What is happening right now?
I was
Is
like, I
this
couldn't
another
remember the
direct
word.
message situation? Like, what's the deal?
But with the wire, I don't know why headphones are so difficult for me to describe right now.
So like
and I leaned down
earbuds, but not AirPods.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Yes, that is what I'm trying to say. That was the problem I was having. And if I have to lean down to pick up, Chris is going to hate this, dog poop.
No, I love that. I love that you're doing that, and I'm not.
But then, because they dangle, sometimes if they're not in properly, there's always the risk that the earphone will
And when Eddie says the risk, what he means is this has happened multiple times.
Yeah. I've gotten pretty good at catching them, but then,
You just got to make sure you catch them with a hand that's not full of dog poop.
that's right. Yeah.
Just,
yeah.
and then it smushes all around the earbuds.
You can never clean that out.
But sometimes, like when I'm in the middle of the day, especially when it's really hot, I get frustrated at that moment with the dog when it's actually my fault because I could deal with this problem before leaning down to pick it up. So
It
if they
definitely-
Yeah, how dare you blame the dog?
Yeah.
They're just children and more, Betty.
Yeah.
You have
I
to
mean,
go easy on them.
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah.
They're going through a lot.
Dog walkers are way cheaper than daycare, so it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, they're going through a lot. They're trying to save the world. Nobody's helping them. You're actively thwarting them by not letting them free.
Wait, so Miranda, you're saying that their families have hired me to watch their children in animal morph rather than
Yeah.
sending them
Yeah.
to
That's exactly right. Yeah, a dog walker is cheaper than a nanny. And
you have to stay in morph for
The whole time. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why they're
yeah.
always like, this is when you need to be back by, okay? It can't
Yeah.
take more than 2 hours.
yeah, why do you think you do so many shifts in a day?
That's disturbing.
Oh, Chris and I were on a trip recently and we stopped for some food at a little strip mall, and over the parking lot, we
Oh,
saw
yeah.
some turkey buzzards really working those thermals.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. It was pretty, they're huge, enormous. They're
Very
so
large,
big.
very large
Yeah.
birds.
How did you know that's what you were seeing? Yeah.
Oh, they were over the asphalt, and they weren't like flapping super hard. They were just
yeah.
like hanging out and going up and coming down.
Surfing the
up and coming
thermals.
down. It was awesome.
It was so cool. Yeah, I've never paid so much attention to big birds.
All in the same bird morph, too, not a collection
Yeah.
of different birds.
You know, right?
What if one of them morphed Big Bird? That's not even funny, but it's such a ridiculous. Miranda's yawning. She's
Oh,
not.
no, it's okay. I just I spent a week at the beach. I'm still on island time, baby.
I am on island time as well.
Wait, do we still have one more? Did
Oh
we do all
yeah,
three?
I have one more. Yeah, I have one more review.
Oh, no.
So this one's titled "Great," and it's by Chogs, and it says that Eddie's a cutie.
Okay.
Wow, 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 that Eddie's a cutie.
That was not the review I meant, but I guess that, yes, we did do.
Oh, I can read the other one. This one's from some weird name. It's like dot yoke nap at a woofa period.
It sounds like the sort of thing Eddie would have made up in high school.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Confusing.
It's yerk.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it says, like, funny and insightful. I would play night volleyball with Miranda, Chris, and Eddie any day of the week, as long as it's not a school night. You're really lame, Eddie.
I mean, thank you for the review, Eddie, but like,
I don't know what made you think that this was my review.
I mean, it follows the Eddie social media style guide to the T.
That's right. Drop all your punctuation and then panic.
I wanted to give the listeners like something that they could follow, when
that's
they
right.
Reviews,
and I think we'd be a fun crew to play night volleyball with. I really think
true.
we would.
Yeah.
It's our most popular episode.
It is.
Is that actually true?
I mean, it's not our most, it doesn't have the most listens, but it has the highest retention.
But I think we were looking at a chart for one listen that happened in the past
That's
week.
True, that's true.
I think it was a false.
Do you not want it to be our most popular episode?
I hate
Chris?
that episode. So what's next on our list of things to do?
Our process.
That sounds boring.
So a lot of people have asked, and by a lot of people, I mean I've been interpreting the meows of my cat. What do we do? How do we do what we do? How does the magic happen? How does the sausage get made, if you will?
Yes, this is our MTV Cribs taking you behind the scenes to show you this is where the magic happens energy. This is, reference is too old for both of you, I'm realizing. And Eddie's my age. Holy shit.
I remember Cribs.
Right. I remember Cribs.
All right.
It's one of the less disturbing MTV reality shows that I've gone back to over the last few years.
Oh, I would love to talk about MTV reality shows, but we don't got time for that. So basically, we read the books, and then we mail the books to each other.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And then we record them on tape, and we send those tapes to each other.
Right. Then we send those off to an animation studio to get those drawn up. Those then get sent back to us for review. And then from there, it's a 6-month turnaround time for the final product to come back. So like whenever we're late on an episode by a day, it's actually a pretty incredible thing because that episode has been in process for over 1.5 years.
That's right.
And has been on the desks of different animation companies, different sound recording companies, stuff like that.
Miranda does a lot of editing.
Yes.
Chris does a lot of mastering. And I don't know.
I'm also the cute one.
Is entailed in either of those processes. So, especially mastering, which just makes
pretty
it sound
complicated.
better.
Yeah. Eddie does all our social media.
So I edit the main episodes, and Chris edits the minisodes to give me a little extra time to get started on the next book and things like that, because
it's a long process. Yeah,
I would say the hardest part is like figuring out where the breaks happen, although we have come up with some tricks to make that a little easier as we've gone. It's been a little bit of a learning curve, but we've fallen into quite a nice little flow.
I really wish we had stock footage right now, Miranda, of you editing the...
How does stock footage work on podcasts? Like, is it like, could I play like...
For our YouTube channel, Chris.
Oh, for our YouTube channel. Yeah. Okay.
And for Patreon content.
The best part is that it's just me like curled up in a hoodie at my PC, like staring blankly, and a lot of clicking.
As you're imagining this, listener, you have to remember that Chris and Miranda both have multiple screens, and I just have...
That's right. That's right.
So Miranda's also sending windows across from one screen to another.
Mm-hmm. It looks a lot like Minority Report. That scene in Minority Report where
I've got
swiping in the air.
3 bald kids in tubs behind me. It's great.
Oh man, speaking of bald kids, we watched the weirdest movie.
Oh my god.
But we can't talk about that now.
Why? I want to hear.
We may have to start another podcast for, what was it called? The Witches of Eastwick. Oh my god.
Apparently they did a TV series spin-off.
No.
Or like, not a spin-off, but like...
Cher, Michelle Pfeiffer, Susan Sarandon, and Jack Nicholson. Not for kids, but is a very wacky movie.
It's quite strange.
Is it a John Updike novel? Is that right?
Yes, it's a John Updike novel that got turned into a, what's the guy's name?
George Miller movie.
George Miller movie.
Mad Max. Happy Feet.
And Babe.
Happy Feet. And Babe, Pig in the City.
That's
and
right.
the original Babe.
Thanks, Jeff.
Which is not Babe, Pig in the City.
Yeah, but it's a wild movie. Highly, highly recommend it. It has nothing to do with Animorphs.
Yeah, I think I used to confuse this for a long time with
Roald Dahl's The Witches.
Yes, and what's the other one? Hocus Pocus.
Ah.
All movies with 3 witches?
Yes, Hocus Pocus is on my need to watch yesterday list. Oh, shut up. That's what everybody says when I say that. And yes, I haven't seen it.
We'll do that for Patreon content. I think we should watch.
You and me will watch it.
And Miranda. Miranda, you've seen it, right?
And I have. A long time ago, but I have, yeah.
Okay.
It is a very good movie. So
it's really
I'm
campy,
excited.
But it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I mean, Eastwick was campy AF.
Eastwick was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was so good. So, moving on from that, we've done the credits. We've talked about who we are. I want to do a little check-in. That's what I want to do.
Let's
I want to do a little check-in. How do you guys feel about the first 10 episodes? We made it, guys. This is episode, what, 11?
I think this is actually 12.
12? That's insane.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
How do I not know that? I literally upload these, Johns.
I don't know. I think it's been going really well. I think it's been a lot of fun.
I especially think, like, the books have picked up. Like, I'm so excited for books 4 and 5 to drop imminently.
Oh, for sure.
4
Those
will
are
be out
so
next
good.
week. Yeah, and the books are just incredible. And, you know, we lived through the hardest part, which was Eddie and me being catastrophically sick during both recording sessions of
book 3.
Different stages of COVID.
Yeah.
If anybody was wondering what was up with the vibe in book 3, Chris and Eddie had COVID,
book, and we both had COVID.
Yeah, and Chris was also 3 days behind me, so we weren't even at the same stage of COVID.
No, yeah. And Eddie was forcing me to watch Survivor the entire time.
And what have you done since recovering from COVID, Chris?
Watched a lot of Survivor. And apparently that's one of the biggest symptoms of long COVID, I'm told, is watching more
new
Survivor.
Reality TV addiction.
Yeah.
New or worsening.
I have watched so much reality TV. I don't even know what's wrong with me. I don't know what we're going to do.
You've never
guys.
watched reality TV. Like, that is not a you thing.
No, it's not. And now it's like Bachelor in Paradise, The Bachelorette, Survivor. Come on in. Come on
RuPaul?
up, guys.
Come on in, guys.
Come on up.
RuPaul.
Have you noticed in season 41, he makes a whole thing about it. He actually asks the players if you should drop guys in season 41.
And he does. And he does. Yeah. And what does he say? Come on in? Or come on
in. Yeah. He also says his new catchphrase is "sorry for you" when he takes the fun away from them.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know that he needed one there. But...
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to Anidorks. We'll be back soon with lots more to say. Until the Andalites return, or at least until next time. See you soon!